the NBA playoffs on NBC.
Christian Javier brings it. There it goes. Swanson touches one off. 5-0 Atlanta here in the fifth. 6 seconds. Murray hits it downfield. It is. Oh, it's caught. It is caught. DeAndre Hopkins.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Louis Sports Network. Coming back at you once again with another heavy hitter banger with yet another video. Smash the like button, hit that subscribe button, make sure your notifications are turned on, make sure you're sharing on your social media platforms. Truly appreciate it. Peace and blessings on this Thursday afternoon. Hope everybody is having a wonderful Thursday. Hope everybody's having a productive day, man. Peace and blessings as always. Now on to the video. So I just read an article on fadeawayworld.net. Make sure you guys go check that out in terms of all the latest stories and always topics that always tend to come up on that website. Make sure you guys go check that out. I might probably leave the link to the description of this video in case you guys want to read it. But so what I was reading is that at one time, Jerry West was considering bringing Tracy McGrady onto the Los Angeles Lakers in a trade from the Toronto Raptors. In which Tracy McGrady was to be traded for Eddie Jones somewhere around the 97, the 90s, was it the 90s? No, it was around the 90s for the 97-98 season, Kobe's second year. So according to the article, it said that obviously Kobe Bryant, during the draft workouts before he got drafted in 96, he had a great draft workout with Michael Cooper. And obviously, you know, he ended up getting drafted and then eventually by the Hornets and then traded to the Lakers, and we all know that. Well, Tracy McGrady, according to Jerry West, came in with a more mature body and had probably even better workout with Michael Cooper the following season when he was supposed to get drafted. And Jerry West was so impressed that his plan was to bring Tracy McGrady onto the Lakers. And we know that before Phil Jackson came over to coach the Lakers were coached by Del Harris. And Del Harris was on record as saying that you don't think of an 18-year-old player becoming a Hall of Famer, and it was the same with Michael Jordan. And Del Harris was talking about Kobe when he was drafted at 17, and he just started in the NBA. And obviously, it took some time for Kobe to develop into the player he became by around his fourth season in the league, to where he became not just one of the bright young stars, but obviously one of the best players in the NBA, and eventually one of the greatest players in NBA history and a Hall of Famer. So Jerry West wanted to trade Eddie Jones for Tracy McGrady, but Jerry West pulled the plug on the deal. And the reason he did that was because he thought the Lakers would not be in the title mix if they had traded for a young Tracy McGrady. They felt that now Kobe and McGrady, it probably would have took them more time to try to develop, and they would have not been in contention for championships for years to come, you know, according to Jerry West. So that's why that didn't happen. But ladies and gentlemen, just think about that. You would have had a prime Shaquille O'Neal, you would have had a Tracy McGrady, and you would have had a Kobe Bryant on the Los Angeles Lakers. Something that doesn't even get talked about neither is that at one time, Scottie Pippen was supposed to go to LA to join Kobe and Shaq. And you would have had the guard, forward, and center. So this is a real interesting story because I never would have imagined what it would have been like if T-Mac and Kobe would have actually played together. It's funny because Tracy McGrady, I think when he was with the Houston Rockets, he had told Stephen A. Smith that the one guy he wanted to play with was Kobe Bean. But think about this. You could have had a Shaq as well. Now, imagine having Phil Jackson now as head coach with Kobe, Tracy, and Shaq. You're not going to win with a coach like Del Harris because, again, Del Harris is, you know, offensive genius for sure, but not a guy who he can get you as far as the Western Conference Finals, but not a guy who is going to have you win as an NBA championship. And he did have some talented Laker teams, did Del Harris, but again, they were going against more experienced, mature teams, a la the Utah Jazz. But anyway, getting back to the story, yeah, man. So, you know, let me know what you guys think. Do you think that Kobe, Tracy, and Shaq would have, would have worked out if they were all coached under Phil Jackson? they would have not won a championship with Del Harris. That I know. Because, again, Phil had the, psychological that Del Harris did not have. But I just wonder how Kobe and Tracy would have worked out. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you think Kobe, Tracy, and Shaq would have worked? Would they have been able to win multiple championships with Kobe and Tracy and Shaq as a big three together? They probably could have been the original big three super team of the modern era in terms of the ushering into the 2000s, So, this is something to think about. And remember, Kobe and Tracy were young and Shaq was in his prime, So let me know what you guys think, man. As always, man, bless up, live, laugh, love. Thank you guys for watching.
So many times, and I just wish they would just stop. You know what I mean? Just stop. I mean, he was, Michael Jordan, I'm Kobe Bryant. I mean, we're two different players, and I wish people would just let it go. It really annoys me because, you can't compare